Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namani. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharani Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Pasate Desha Dharini. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare Hare. So welcome everyone. So today it's an opportunity to glorify Srimad-Bhagavatam, and it's a very casual flow than our regular standardized Srimad-Bhagavatam. So I seek the blessings of all assembled devotees here and my spiritual master and our DT Shishi Nitai Gaurachandra, so that I can speak something meaningful for the pleasure of the Supreme Lord. So, so how Srimad Bhagavatam in my life, as Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, like a Chaturvite Bhajante Mam, the verse like there are 4 kinds of people who surrender unto me. One is one in the distress, one is a desire of wealth, another one is the one who is seeking the knowledge of absolute, and the jignasi. So all these are the 4 categories of people who are intended to surrender unto Krishna. And in my case, I fall under the category of one in distress. So before coming to Krishna consciousness, 2011 and before, it was a very rough time for me and for my family. It was very difficult. A lot of family issues, about Indian family. It's quite complicated. So it was not for just a day or a 2 or a month. It extended for a longer period of years. So very overwhelming situation, and totally things were out of control. We could do something on my own. I did this, that, nothing works. And somehow, by the mercy of Krishna, while we are living in the Naperville, Lyle area, my mother-in-law visited once, and she found a board on the somewhere near to McDowell Road, say way to ISKCON. And it was on the light post, a small board, and she said, I saw something called ISKCON. And we were sharing that we are living in this area for quite few years, and there is no ISKCON or something. And then we found, then just to make sure, that we found in Google, and then there is a ISKCON center. And we thought like we'll go first day. It was a Sunday, and that was the day as we enter the campus of ISKCON. I saw my spiritual master also entering at the same time. And he gave a way or something. He just asked us to go before him. And I remember very clearly, my wife was asking me, oh, here foreigners also come. And then I was saying like, oh, like, at time she was Jyotsna. I said, Jyotsna, we are foreigners here in this country. So it's very natural, it's more of an international thing. So we went in that and we sat there, and the lecture was so good. Prasadam was so good. We were inspired. And we wanted to, we were in assumption that this person is available every week. So the next week also we came, but he was not there. But it was some other person giving classes. So we had a very warm welcome. And Balram Prasad Prabhu was there. He was training us how to chant and all those things. And he later encouraged us to come to his Bhakti Vriksha, we had an opportunity to attend. We were in the association. Like how, like we were practicing a few rounds of a chanting and in the association, but still I was unable to sleep. That was the pressing issue. I don't know how to handle that. So somehow, like I got in touch with my god brother and say, I need to write to this particular person. Is there a way I can do that? And he immediately gave Guru Maharaja's email address. So I wrote an email. It was a very, very lengthy email. And Maharaj responded back to me stating that I read your email twice, and problems can be handled materially and spiritually, whereas spiritual solution is the best. And he was also suggesting, he gave me Nashingadev prayers, and those are from Srimad-Bhagavatam. At that point of time, I don't know what is Srimad-Bhagavatam, to be honestly. And he asked me, you can either read these prayers, sing these prayers, or however you wanted, you can do that. And he also gave me Mayapur Nashingadev's picture, a JPEG image. And he said he is your protector and he is the one who is going to protect you and your family. So that was very, very touching. And I started reading those prayers every day. From the day, me and my family will recite, till now we recite those prayers. Those are all handpicked by Guru Maharaj, like 4 or 5 verses from Srimad-Bhagavatam. And while I was doing this, a lot of clarity that came in my life. The problem that was bothering me, I was able to manage. And one point of time, I learned about the forgiveness. That, that is not something that I was in a position to easily accept and easily handle, because it was an extreme situation. It's not that something simple that, okay, people are like that. It went way beyond, and it's an extreme situation. And I was in a position to handle that. And I was in a position to go and approach those people and have a normal conversation, at least hi, hello, to that extent. Where did I got that strength? And that was very touching. How the presence of Srimad-Bhagavatam, how the presence of the spiritual master, how it is a touching to me. It could. I'm a person, like things could happen for Vyasadeva, things could happen for Narada Muni, but what about me? I'm not in that platform. So those are the prayers, like that we recite on a daily basis. Okay, so I'm going to read those prayers. So it's he gave me a Word document. Let me share this screen. So this is the document that I received from Maharaj. So it starts with Simha Jai Jai Nasimha Pragladesha Jai Padma Mugha Padma Bringa Praglada Hridayadam Bhakta Vidavadaram Sharat Indruchim Mande Parindra Vandanam Harim Swasya Viswasaya Kala Prasidam Dhayant Bhutani Shivamatodya Manasya Bhadram Bhajadakshari Aveshwatam Nomatira Pahetuki. This words is coming. This has been chanted by Prahlad Maharaj. This was very, the meaning was so touching. Like this I was contemplating on this meaning again and again, reading. So may there be a good fortune throughout the universe, and may all envious persons be pacified. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga, for by accepting devotional service, they will think of each other's welfare. Therefore, let us all engage in the service of the Supreme Transcendence, Lord Sri Krishna, and always remain absorbed in thought of him. So this is the mood of Prahlad Maharaj. and he was thinking in the welfare of all others. Let all be pacified, because we are living in this material world, and we most of the time we live for others. We don't really lead a life that is very convincing for others. There is always a tendency to act how, what if, what if tendency, what if they think me like that, what if I better do something that is convenience, so that I don't really be pointed or something like that. So, and on the other end, we are also looking for opportunity to see what is happening on others' life. So, as a result, we knowingly or unknowingly got into the trap of envy, and there is no pacification. But Prahlad Maharaj says, let all those things be pacified. Let all engage us in one common thing, that is devotional service. Let's all take the bhakti yoga and practice so that all these things can be calm. That is exact words. May all living entities become calm by practicing bhakti yoga. There is no other opportunity that is available to really calm ourselves other than practicing bhakti yoga. So the output of practicing bhakti yoga, manifest calmness and other divine qualities will manifest. Like we don't know, like we will be just simply practicing that, but others see difference. My spiritual master used to say, you act as an embassy of a Krishna wherever you are. So people see, like in our general office or work, like the way in which we behave, that people see around us, see a difference. Oh, I didn't know, like you how you are doing like that, or that is something we all experience. It is a manifestation of the bhakti yoga process. So I used to contemplate a lot on these words, and this was a solace for me, and it gave a lot of confidence and a capacity to approach, capacity to think and deal the problem that I was facing. And it also gave me a love for Srimad-Bhagavatam. And here the second is Ugropi Anugrahevayam Swabhaktanam Nrikeshari Keshari Vasapatanam Anyasham Ugra Vikrama. This Lord Sri Nrsingadev is so ferocious, and how the lioness is very kind to her cubs. So similarly, the Lord is very, very kind to his devotees, even though he is a ferocious to demons like a Hiranyakashipu, but Lord is very soft. He is very soft unto his devotees, especially like if you see in Mayapur, he looks Ugra Narsingha. He's Ugra Narsingha Dev. Is very ferocious, but his mood, he adapts the mood of the main deities, which is Radha Krishna or the Panchatattva. So he is in a very mood. He is the benefactor. He is giving his mood is to remove the obstacles. He is implementing his ferociousness and all those things in removing the obstacles that is blocking the bhakti yoga. So he is standing there. He is ready to jump. And he is giving that sort of a protection. The other one is Durgesh Vyata Vyachimukadi Shubra Upaya Narsimha Shura Yukta Parivimachado Yasamata Sandishobnu Dihaptamsha Garbha. And here it says, Lord Nrsingadev, who appeared as an enemy of Hiranyakashipu, protect me in all directions. And his loud laughing vibrated in all directions and caused the pregnant wife of the Asuras, the demonic, to have miscarriages. May that Lord be kind enough to protect me in difficult places like a forest and battlefront. We don't know like where we are, and we every step is a danger in this material. Padam right? It's very, every step you move, you are knowingly or unknowingly stepping on danger. And this Lord Shri Nrsingadev is there to protect in all directions. We seeing he's like he's inside and outside, and he's there in all directions, right? So wherever we go, he's there to protect. So wherever we go, he's protecting us. So that is the three Srimad-Bhagavatam that he gave. And he also gave Nashinga Mahamantra that we chant. Gram Veera Mahavishtam Jalantam Sarvadomam Nasimham Bhishanam Bhattam Mrityor Mrityum Namamiham. So he gave the meaning of those. And more importantly, he also gave me the 5 prayers of Lord Nrsingadev that were composed by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. And today is the appearance day of Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur. How can a person not be attracted, and how can we forget the tireless efforts that Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur has provided to each one of us? Being a grahastha, the very famous thing is his time schedule, very principled man, and he took care of his family. He took care of his court duties, and he is a leader in the congregation. He is the leader to establish all those things, to establish the mission of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And he and following him, his son Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur and Srila Prabhupada and the disciplic successions are continuing in fulfilling the mission of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So this but the Sri Navadipa Bhava Taranga composed by Srila Bhakti Vinod Thakur was very touching. And E Dushtakade Kama Tirupuche Kutinati Pradesa Satya Sadreya Hridaya Sodhanara Krishnera Vasa Narsimha Charane Moro Ito Kamana. So within my sinful heart there are 6 enemies like a lust perpetually reside, and there is a duplicity, like I act like one thing externally and internally I have this and desire for fame, sheer cunning. All these things are residing in my heart. At the lotus feet of Lord Nrsingadev, I hope he will mercifully purify all these things and give me the desire to serve Krishna. Bhakti Vinod Thakur wrote this thing, and he is saying his heart is like that. And what to say about my heart and the people in Kali Yuga who are contaminated, and how we are handling all these things. So Guru Maharaj gave these things, it goes, but in short of time I'll cover the other aspects. So I was always contemplating like what is this for me, and this gave me confidence, this gave me a capacity, and I was practicing my Krishna consciousness with the support of my family, and we are all engaged in doing our devotional services. And it was one day my wife woke me. I shared this sometime with Chintamani Mataji. So one day my wife woke me in the morning while we were early in our Krishna consciousness. I'm not a 4:30 a.m. person, so that was not that sort of a morning. So it's a regular morning. It was a Sunday morning. She woke me with a hand, with her hand containing Mahaprashadam from Tirumala, Tirupati Balaji's laddu. She said she met someone in the apartment, and they said they got the prasadam, and she was holding the prasadam, and she said, "Here is the prasadam, take it." And I was born and raised in a Sri Vaishnava family, where the orthodox is the primary thing. It's not that easy, like where today we call is the bodily conception. I am dipped from head to toe with the bodily conception. I was raised like, it's not that easy. So I was contemplating, why is my wife is giving this Mahaprasadam and she's asking me to take it. So I'm a big fan of sweets. So I took that prasadam and I put it in my mouth even before brushing. Okay. And after taking the bath and all those things, on a Sunday morning, we went to the temple for a Sunday feast. At the time, it's a morning class. And it was again a spiritual master, Solnas Rompa Swami Maharaj, was giving the class. And he was narrating the pastimes that happened between Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Where Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya previously he was he has his own standards and all those things, and later in the association of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu he transformed, and he, when he was offered a Mahaprasadam even before the bath, he ate the Mahaprasad. While this was narrating, this was the first time I was hearing that pastime. I felt something extraordinary, like, and my wife was looking at me and smiling, like we were very new, like we don't, it took a longer time for me to ask some questions or raise my hands during the Sunday feast class or even in Bhakti workshop. I don't even raise or ask anything. So this is how the scriptures touched my life. Like what can we say about that? When something that is exactly happened to Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya manifested in my life by taking the Mahaprasadam. I was not I was not aware about that. I was not aware about anything. So somehow Krishna, as a super soul, instead of the decision that are being guided by mind, it was a decision guided by the super soul. He say, put it in your mouth. That's okay. And why I put it in a mouth, he gave me the reference and he gave me an exact clarity from the scriptures through the spiritual master, was so deep and touching that I cannot forget in my life. So the value of scriptures that we are taking through the guidance by Guru, Sadhu and Shastra has a deeper impact in our life. So bhakti is contagious. When we say bhakti is contagious, like we don't need to do anything. It's like a person going in electric trains in Mumbai. So I had a few experience in going in electric trains in Bombay, where you don't need to do anything. You just when the train comes, you just go there and stand in the crowd. You are automatically put it in, and you are in the you are very safe. There is a lot of padding. Whether it is a cushion or there's a lot of padding. It's like you are a valuable and you are being covered with a lot of things when you are packing. So there's a lot of packing around you. They will put you in, and when you're about to get out, you just need to stand up, and then as soon as you try to stand up, even a perfect stand is not required. And if you try to that, they know that you are going to get up and they are going to come and they push you out, and you are out in the station. There is no risk at all. So bhakti is like that. You just need to stand up and be in the crowd. The crowd is the association of the devotees, and they will take care of everything. That is how we are surviving in Krishna consciousness. If you see here the Bhagavatam, Srila Vyasa Deva, his life is full of compassion. If you see his activities, it's nothing other than simply compassion. Bhakti is all about feelings. Feelings that are based on Shastras. It's not that, oh, I have a feeling for this guy. Let me feel he's not having a proper shelter, or he's not having a good car or something. It's not that sort of a feeling. It's a real genuine feeling that are coming and guided by the Shastras. So Rupa Gopaswami says that if a feeling and behavior that are not guided according to Shastras, then it is a problem. So here Vyasadeva is giving the feeling, he's giving the highest feeling, is compassionate, is based on the knowledge of a Shastra. Like he wrote the Vedas, and the Vedas are too comprehensive, too big, and it is not accepted. It is, I mean, like it's failing its purpose. So that being too compressive, he wants that to be inclusive. So he divided the Vedas into 4 to make it more accessible. It is an act of love. And why he is doing that? Because he was being put into a state of delusion, like similarly how Arjuna was put into the state of a delusion and confusion. Like these are great souls. They don't need to be in that state. They took the responsibility for us, for a conditioned soul like this. So that is why, if something is like okay, if it like this, then it is stereotypical. Oh, you can write something, and he was in that scenario. He adapted that scenario, and he manifested and real and genuine feelings in that scenario. And he met his spiritual master Narada Muni, and he said, you have done everything, but you failed on one thing. You have failed to sufficiently glorify the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna. And his instruction, Narada Muni's instruction to Vyasadeva is, spell out loud and clear Krishna. I repeat again, spell out loud and clear Shri Krishna. So that is the thing that was missing. And when he does that, we have the opportunity today to receive the Srimad-Bhagavatam. And last week, I was talking to my mother in India, and she is in assisted living now. And like a few months before my brother passed away, so she's still grieving, and it's not that easy thing. So she broke down frequently. She's not sleeping, and so I got a call from the assisted living management. Please do something. So I don't know where to take shelter. Like then my mother is she is slowly chanting, and she is not into that stage of Srimad-Bhagavatam at this point of time. So I was conveying her the Chitraketu story. Like even if we bring him back, like the relationship is all temporary, and it is difficult. But at the same time, it is very important to acknowledge her feeling, and she was well encouraged and convinced. But I'm sure that she's going to cry after some time. Like that's inevitable. The loss is a loss. But taking the shelter of Srimad-Bhagavatam in our day-to-day life has greater advantage and meaning. So with this, I thank the opportunity given to glorify Srimad-Bhagavatam and how it touched in our life. I'm very happy to share with you. And if there are any corrections or mistakes, I take apology on that part. And if there are any discussions, I'll be happy to discuss those part with you. Thank you. Hare Krishna. If there are no discussions, I don't want to really take your morning time. Thank you very much for providing this opportunity. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhyo vacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Ananta koti Vaishnavrinda ki jai, Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Thank you, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Sorry, I was unable to unmute.
Thank
There
you,
was
Prabhu.
something came on my screen. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So I know it's 8:02. So thank you so much for talking about your experience, with, especially with the nursing Dev
Yes.
times. I mean, nursing Dev on the prayers of the to give protection, and also how he reciprocated. I mean, regarding the prasadam incident that you were sharing. So, and yeah, a lot of incidents, like, especially on the same day, right? So.
Yes, Prabhu. Yeah. That is, like, that is nothing other than a mercy, Prabhu. Like, what to say?
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Devotees have any other comments? No, some problem with the laptop. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu. Hare Krishna.